Well, high-profile resignations in corporate America and across the globe are nothing new, but as more Gen Z workers enter the workforce, employers will have to prepare themselves for a new way of quitting. And it's often done with an online audience of millions watching. Isabel Diaz has the details.
The rise of TikTok has launched a wave of workplace trends. First, there was quiet quitting. Then there was rage applying, where young employees vent their frustrations. Not to mention bare minimum Mondays, where employees do as little work as possible. Each hashtag collecting millions of views on social media. But over the past year, one trend has become louder than the others, and it has many Gen Z workers very publicly quitting their jobs and letting their fellow employees, bosses, and online followers know exactly why. It's called loud quitting, and it's dramatic, calling out bosses and what some consider toxic workplace cultures. And it's often all out in the open for everyone on the internet to see.
So you were not quiet quitting then?
No, I
You
was
were
not.
the opposite.
I was very loud quitting. When I found out I was underpaid, I told them, like, this is exactly how much money I need to make to be fairly compensated. I showed them the jobs that were hiring for that. And then I also brought to the table, this is the impact I've had on the contract.
According to a 2023 Gallup Global Workplace Report, 1 in 5 workers across the globe are actively disengaged or loud quitting. And it's Gen Z, people born between 1997 and 2012, who are leading the online trend.
Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory unto the Most High Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai Ba'asham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, and salutations to all you sincere Akiam. And this is your brother Abawan back again with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai Ba'asham Rakakwadash. All praises and glory to you, especially in the times that we're in. And yeah, basically, as you can tell, the title of this video will have something to do with Gen Z, unemployment, and basically, workplace situation, right? And let's just start by getting this quick precept, okay? Because even what you see currently with the job employment issues and the job issues and unemployment basically and how there's basically no work in the land, right, or no work in this kingdom, whether it's Babylon the Great or anywhere else, is a part of Bible prophecy, and it's also a sign of the times that we're in. This is a sign of the end, okay? Because did you think that the end of the world would come and people would still be able to have jobs or have decent living wages? No, right? Because we are in the time of the end. That is the reason why you see that unemployment is at an all-time high. Homelessness is at an all-time high, right? And the situation just keeps on getting worse and worse in this Trump administration, right? Because with the cutting of programs like DEI and affirmative action for the workplaces, you now have a lot of these women out here actually being fired from their jobs, right? So let's go into this. And you have less incentive from employers to actually hire, Jake or minorities and so on and so forth, right? So this is the book of Ecclesiastes 12 verse 1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, right? And this is the time for our people to repent and to return back to the Most High Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, right? Because we are coming into the times where you will be unable to do that, right? To repent, because the doors of mercy are closing, right? And because the times that we're coming into are becoming harsher and harsher, and if you don't have that covering that is the Most High Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai with you, well, you will fall into perdition slash, or that also means slash, which is basically just destruction. Ecclesiastes 12 verse 2. While the sun or light or the moon or stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. And this is basically saying it is high time to repent before the condition of this kingdom, the situation gets worse, right? To the point where, there will be no hope for you to repent, because we will get into those times, right? Jacob's trouble is coming, okay? The famine of the word is coming, right? And we'll get that precept next, but let's finish this up. Ecclesiastes 12 verse 4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and it shall rise up at the voice of the bed, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low, right? And basically the grinding here represents work, and it represents the daily activities that you have in this kingdom. And you can see that more and more those daily activities are reducing in frequency because of we are in the times of the end, and because this kingdom is coming to an end. That's why you see that a lot of people are losing jobs left and right. Companies aren't paying as much as they usually do, and there is always this looming threat of AI replacing you, okay? So now you have so much unemployment, so much homelessness, right? Because like I said, the companies aren't paying, and the companies aren't paying, and that's just for the people that the people that are actually employed, and the unemployed ones are unable to actually get jobs in order to pay, right? Because all your less skilled labor, right, Edom is looking for either immigrants or AI to replace them. But now that you have the immigrants being kicked out of Babylon the Great, you won't see the unemployed Babylonians go and do those jobs, because Esau is the devil, man, right? Esau is the devil. You would think that Esau would at the very least, pay his fellow Edomites a livable wage and be paying the rest of the nations, right, scraps. But Esau doesn't even do that, man. He wants to pay both his own fellow Edomites and the other nations, including Jake, the same amount, right? So now Esau wants, basically what Esau wants is that now that these immigrants are gone, he wants these lower level Edomites, or even Jake as well, to come and start working in their farms, or come and start working in their construction sites for the low ass unlivable wage that he pays that he paid the northern kingdom and the heathen as well. But that won't work, right? And this is the main thing that the Babylonians are complaining of, that there is no work. When they say there is no work, basically what they are saying is that there is no work that they can use to support themselves in this kingdom, because you see with the tariffs and everything that is going on, right? And these are all signs of the fall of America by Babylon the Great. That's why you are seeing inflation and prices go up, right? The kingdom won't fall, and you will see the prices stay stable. That won't happen, man. The prices will go up because your currency is backed by the strength of your economy and the strength of your government. So if your government falls, the economy will fall as well. So the prices of goods go up because your government is not as strong and your economy is not as strong as it used to be, but the salaries stay the same, right? So you are unable to so now you have to buy more with the same amounts of money. You afford less, which are still being paid the same. That's why you're always hearing about the price of eggs going up, the price of fuel, petroleum gas going up, and so on and so forth, because that is the times that we are in, right? So like I said, right, repent, for the kingdom of the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahushua is at hand. So I'm going to get this precept that's going into the famine of hearing the word. Let's get that. So Amos 8 verse 11, Behold, the days come, saith at one Yahweh, I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst of water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh. Right? And the time will come when you will be unable to actually receive this truth. And that's the time that we're speaking of, when Jacob's trouble really kicks up, and when you'll be unable to repent and turn back to the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And you'll have a lot of jakes in that day, man, looking for the men of the Lord, looking for the true name of the Most High and His Son, looking for, the proper doctrine, and they will be unable to, because, like I said, it will be a famine of the word. The men of the Lord will be taken out of the streets and preserved until the last days, or thrown into prison, or whatever fate that the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai has in store for us, which is why the scriptures say, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, right? Before the evil days come nigh. And we are constantly telling our people that the evil days are drawing closer and closer, and you can clearly see that from all the different sectors and all the different industries and all the different institutions that are being affected by the fall of America Babylon the Great, because there is no sector, there is no industry, there is no institution that isn't on the decline, that isn't completely falling out and being destroyed right now. Okay, and and that is made even more clear based on what you see, the degradation of this kingdom, you see the degradation of this society. And that's why Jake is out here unemployed, or even when Jake is employed, or even when Jake is employed, because this word is for the Hebrew Israelites, right? They are quote unquote quiet quitting, or any other employment trend, because they understand that, hey, these employers, they don't give a shit about them, and they are definitely not interested in paying them a proper wage, and will do everything that they can to exploit them while giving them as little money, little free time as possible, because that's all your work is. That's all the modern day employment system is. It is slavery. Okay, it is being under captivity. All right. Just because you're getting little money out of it doesn't change the fact of what it is. You haven't been an employee under Esau, man. You're just basically a continuation of the captivity of our people, right? So that was a quick one. So with that, I'll just end it right there. Once again, all praises, glory, and honor unto the Most High Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai Ba'asham Rakakwadash Wa Abad Babal Shalawam, and through the Spirit of Yakim and your acquires were edified. Shalom.